Now, one of the next thing we are going to now look at, if you are succeeding, I use the word succeeding because it is going to be progressive. It does not happen at once. It will be growing gradually. Your first point of contact is not going to be the point of overall success. You are going to begin together. But of course, there's an interest in each of you. There's an interest that you have to be able to, relate with each other. That makes it very easy. Finally, let each of you look out, not only for his own interest. That's how to build this kind of joining together of your mind, but also for the interest of others. Look out for what is the interest of your partner. Don't always look out for your own interest. If you keep looking for your own interest, you will be selfish. You will only be insisting on what is convenient for you. But when you begin to look out for the interest of the other person, what do you think this sister is interested in? Can I try to shift my interest to her interest? You suddenly discover that your mind will begin to fluctuate together by the grace of God. Now, let me come to the next level. Now, please listen. This joining together of your mind will continue until, a stage will come by the grace of God in your marriage when, even when your wife just smiles, you will know what she meant. Now, this will come through communion and familiarity that grows with time. When she says, I'm happy, you will be able to know what she has in mind. But at the beginning, it may not be so. So I want you to have that at the back of your mind. But let your courtship begin to bring about such kind of experience by the grace of God. Now, the third level of joining, the joining together of your body. Now, I want to approach that in also various stages. Now, when I use the word body, I first of all want to talk about physical issues. Physical issues, joining together of physical issues before we touch your physical bodies. Now, the joining together, as your spirit is joining together, as your mind is beginning to become one, as you are becoming like-minded, now the next stage is learning to maintain partnership in physical things. Partnership in working together. Now, for example, there is a particular project that you are interested in. It demands, handwork. It demands laboring. Now, part of what courtship ought to do is that you could share together in such physical things. Now, you see, a man is not only spirit, is not only mind, is also physical. And the way somebody reacts or responds to physical realities matters a lot. So, in your courtship, I expect that you could take time to work together in certain things, to labor together on certain projects. Maybe he is following up a group of souls as a Christian. As a sister, can you come along with him and see how he handles and what you can help to do? Maybe there are other young girls and you say, okay, let me handle this one. And as you are doing that together, physically, you are joining together. You are learning to do things together because you are going to do things together when you get married. Now, in the area of your physical properties, will you begin to learn how to join it together? Maybe you have a car. Could you begin to see how to make use of it together and see how you grow? Now, I'm being very cautious in this aspect, in this angle. But since you are going to work together essentially, on various issues together, it means that those physical things, you should learn to share them together. You should learn to share together even your money. Now, listen, I'm very careful here, and I want you to be careful, young girls and young brothers. Now, whereas it is part of your relationship in growing together to learn to share your money, to share food, to share materials. But don't forget that you are not yet married. In which case, even though you like to share your money together, don't forget that you are still under the leadership of your parents. A situation where you carry all your salary and you went and gave to this brother you are trying to marry, and your parents asking, what about that money? You say, well, Kunle is already using it. Now, that is not appropriate. Now, don't forget that you are still under the authority of your parents. You are still under the authority of your disciples. But in between that privilege, you can share together. You can share together. Now, sister, if this brother that is trying to marry you begins to show a sign of demanding for all of your salary even before you got married, and he went and spent it without you knowing, he has overstepped his boundary. You are not yet married to him. Are you hearing me? You are not yet married. You are not the one to sponsor him. Why you should be very, very, by the grace of God, very open-handed, very open in terms of sharing, this is what I have, this is what he has. Yet, don't forget that you are not yet married. He does not yet have the 100% right to use your things as he likes. Now, these are things you need to watch so that you don't create offense in between yourself. Now, but I'm talking about you learning to share together, learning to learn partnership in the things that you have, in the things you hold, in the things that God has given you.